आज मैं कवर करने जा रहा हूँ एक स्टोरी, छोटे से गांव की एक बच्ची, बिहार के एक सीतामढ़ी से पली भरी एक बच्ची, जो परफॉर्म करते हुए पहुंचती है दिल्ली के केएमसी किरोड़ीमल कॉलेज। किरोड़ीमल कॉलेज के जस्ट सामने है एफएमएस। 3 साल एफएमएस को देखा उसने। दैट्स व्हाट सी वांटेड, द बिग बी स्कूल्स फ्रॉम डे जीरो ऑफ ग्रेजुएशन। उसके लिए पढ़ाई की, उसके लिए इंप्रूव किया, और राइट नाउ आज वो IIM कैलकाटा में स्माइलिंग फेस के साथ खड़ी है। एक कहानी है सीतामढ़ी से दिल्ली एंड दिल्ली से कोलकाता, दैट टू IIM कोलकाता। ये कहानी है डिटर्मिनेशन की। आपको मैं बता दूं, इन वन ऑफ हर इंटरव्यू उसके पैर में फ्रैक्चर था। वो अपनी टूटी टांग को व्हील चेयर के पे बैठ के गई और इंटरव्यू में परफॉर्म की, और काफी अच्छा परफॉर्म की। मैं उसे जानता हूं बहुत दिनों से। ये कहानी है डिटर्मिनेशन की। ये कहानी है अपने एम को पाने की चाहत की। तो अगर आपके पास चाहत हो, आपके पास डिटर्मिनेशन हो, आपके पास सही गाइडेंस हो, तो आप बहुत कुछ अचीव कर सकते हो। तो आओ सीखते हैं अमूल्य ने कैसे अचीव की हर एक कुछ फ्रॉम द अमूल्य की जुबानी। तो चलो सुनते हैं अमूल्य की कहानी, अमूल्य की जुबानी।
Think cat. Think AzuCATion.
ओके, सो अमूल्य, कैन यू प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ टू अदर्स, उनको पता चले कि आप हो कौन।
Right, sir. Hello, everyone. So I am Amulya. I am from Sitamarhi, Bihar, and I have done my schooling from here also. And after ninth, I went to my boarding school in Rajasthan. And in 10th, I scored 96%. In 12th, I scored 95%. In graduation, I went to Kirodimal College, luckily, and I there scored 85% overall. And here I am in IIM Calcutta. This year, I'll be joining IIM Calcutta.
Wait, first of all, congrats. So IIM Calcutta, my hashtag is what? June mein Joka. So
Right.
you are going to
June mein
enjoy
Joka.
the Joka. Fine.
Right.
So, कैसा लगा कैलकाटा का रिजल्ट आया तो?
Sir, it was completely unexpected. I'll tell you the whole story. So what happened? Because I was not able to convert B, and I was really disappointed because my B interview was the best among all the interviews I gave, and I was expecting it, but it did not come, and I was so disheartened that when the result came, I think it came at around 6:45 p.m. I saw it at 6:46 p.m., but I was not opening it. I just, exit the WhatsApp thinking that it's not going to happen. And I told my mother at 6:50 that, Mama, IIM Calcutta का result आ गया. And she was like, खोल के तो देखो. मैंने बोला कोई फायदा नहीं है, मैं खोल के देखो. तो फिर I opened it and I was like, how did it happen? So it was completely unexpected for me. And when I told this to my father, he was at shock and he was so happy that he started, telling everyone. And still whenever goes to someone, that person doesn't want to talk, but still he tells him forcefully that, okay, my daughter is going to IIM Calcutta. So this is going at my home right now.
So who is more happy, you or your parents?
Sir, I am definitely happy, but my parents are happier.
Great. So here I would like to say कि कैलकाटा 614 रिजल्ट नहीं किया, बैंगलोर सेटबैक, देन द एफएमएस
Yes,
वेटिंग लिस्ट हाई।
yes, sir.
बहुत सारे, मतलब आई वाज वन ऑफ द पर्सन जो एफएमएस के उन लोगों के साथ बहुत ज्यादा क्लोज हूँ जो रिग्रेट में थे और वेटिंग लिस्ट में बहुत हाई है। व्हाट वाज योर, पहले बात करते हैं कैलकाटा, बाद में एफएमएस का रिजल्ट देखा तो कैसा था?
FMS का result, sir, I saw when I woke up. Like it was released in night, and I have a habit of sleeping earlier. So when I opened my phone, I saw FMS का result आ गया. I was expecting at least, मतलब I thought that I would be in top 50 waitlist, but it was not. So I tried to figure it out कि कहाँ गलती की मैंने. So, but then I realized कि maybe 1-2 questions which I answered to them, they were not satisfied with it, and because of which they did not give me score.
एंड आई एम रियली सॉरी कि मैंने आपको फोर्स किया एफएमएस का देने का। हियर आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड वन
Sir,
पॉइंट।
that's it.
एफएमएस के रिजल्ट में आप व्हील चेयर पे गए थे,
Right,
व्हाट्स द
sir.
स्टोरी?
So it happened that around 10 days back, I was in my home and I fell from the stairs and I broke my right leg. So I had a fracture, and with the plaster on, I was like slightly in doubt whether to go to FMS or not. But when I talked to sir, so he said me, but please do go, and it will be a great experience. And will be very adventurous. And trust me, sir, it was very adventurous. I went there, everyone was like, "Oh my God, what happened to you? Let me help you with the wheelchair." And all of that happened. It was fun, but yeah, the result was not fun. So everything was balanced out.
So did they ask you about a wheelchair? Panelist?
Yeah, no, they do not ask. In the last only they just said that, did you have an accident? So I said, yes, ma'am. And then they said, okay, bye. So it
पहले
was
ही दिखा
just
देते ना,
that.
मैम देखो दिस इज द डेडिकेशन, मैं व्हील चेयर पे आई हूँ सीतामढ़ी से दिल्ली, मॉर्निंग में लैंड किया एंड देन एफएमएस 8 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was, in fact, my train got late by 1 hour. So I reached there by 9. I was like very afraid that whether they will let me in or not. That also happened. But ठीक है, it was an adventurous trip.
कौन कौन से कॉल थे आपके पास?
I had all the calls, ranging
Yep.
from E. But A's interviews was quite bad, so I also did not expect convert from there.
नो, सो यू हैव जोका. सो जोका के इंटरव्यू में बात करते हैं. प्रोसेस क्या है ये बताओ, लोगों को प्रोसेस नहीं पता होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल नेक्स्ट ईयर अगर देख रहे हैं तो
Hmm.
गए वहां पे, क्या क्या है, क्या क्या डॉक्यूमेंट्स लेके जाना है, क्या हुआ प्लीज?
So you have to bring all the documents, is ranging from all your academic documents, 10, 12, if you have done any
ओरिजिनल.
certifications, like originals, and one copy of each. So CA, graduation mark sheet, and if you have degree, then degree, otherwise provisional certificate. And apart from that, if you have work-ex, the work-ex document. These will be verified, and if you have category, definitely the category will also be verified. And after that, we have some break, and we'll have some VAT. That luckily the VAT topic in Calcutta was my strongest topic, and I think
व्हाट
that
वाज द टॉपिक?
also add. I do not remember it now, but I remember it that I wrote a lot of data in that VAT. So I think that also scored me a lot of marks. So in that VAT was around 25 minutes. And then after we were said that we can have the breakfast. So that was the best part because at only I am in the, Bangalore, Calcutta, we had the option to have breakfast and the lunch. So I feel that that is very important because when you're giving an interview, you feel a lot of hunger. So that happens with me also. And I was very happy. And we have to wait for the number of our interview. So my number was 7, and it took around 2 hours for my turn to come. And when I went in, because I had written on their form, which like earlier, when you get the call, you have to fill a form. So in that, they'll ask some questions about you. So in my form, in this year, they asked about a lot of extracurricular activities and your hobbies. So I mentioned in that I love cooking. So they were, as soon as I entered, they asked me, so you love cooking? So I said yes. So did you bring something for us? So I said, I'm sorry, sir, but I'll definitely bring something for you in the campus. So they smiled a lot on that thing.
ग्रेट. सो हाउ इज द इंटरव्यू?
Interviews, grades are apart from the quants part because I am slightly weak in quants. So they asked me around 5 to 6 questions in quants, and I was able to answer half of them. So that was a setback because I was feeling that okay, I'm messing up, but I need to try maintain my calm, and I think which I did, and because of which I'm here in Joka.
सो जून में जोका.
Right,
फाइन.
sir.
द बेस्ट प्लेस फॉर द फिनांस इन इंडिया, एंड यू आर लुकिंग फॉर द फिनांस ओनली.
Yes, definitely. I am looking for finance
बहुत
career.
सही. एफएमएस में नहीं हो कोई बात नहीं है, लोगों को एफएमएस का एड्रेस बोलते हैं किलोड़ी मॉल के सामने.
Sir, right. I was in Kironimal.
सो इवन द एफएमएस का वो वहां के रिक्शा वाले को बोला था कि उल्टे हाथ किलोनी, राइट दाहिने हाथ पे किलोनी माने, तो वहां चलो. एफएमएस कोई जानता भी नहीं है, बट जोका को सब कुछ जानता है. दैट्स द कैलकाटा. दो एफएमएस इज वन ऑफ द
Right, sir.
बेस्ट कॉलेज, मैं उसको कुछ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बट यू आर गोइंग टू
Right,
गेट
sir.
बेस्ट एड्रेस फॉर एटलीस्ट 18 month.
Yes, sir. Definitely it is.
सो दिस इज गोइंग टू द सेकंड होम. बहुत सही.
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो क्या प्लान्स हैं उससे पहले हम बात करते हैं. व्हाट शुड बी योर सजेशंस फॉर द स्टूडेंट जोका कैसे जाया जाए?
Sir, I feel at this moment, because after posting on LinkedIn, a lot of people reached out to me कि मैं ऐसा क्या क्या अपनी CV पर करूं कि मुझे जो मतलब IMC से कॉल आ जाए. Some people were like कि मेरा भी gap year है, how do I tackle that in the interview? एंड ने अपना सीवी कैसे कैसे बनाया कि आपकी प्रोफाइल इतनी अच्छी हो गई. सो पीपल हैव अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस रिगार्डिंग द सेम. आई वांट टू से वन थिंग कि राइट नाउ योर फोकस शुड बी सोनली ऑन कैट. बिकॉज अभी आप इंटरव्यू के बारे में सोचोगे तो आपका माइंड बहुत डाइवर्टेड होगा एंड यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू प्रिपेयर वेरी वेल इन दी लाइक कैट. एंड IMC focus more on quants and it will call you if your quants percentile is quite more. And um, but at the same time, I'd like to suggest that there are a lot of free materials online. That is a major distraction for you. People start like taking material from here, there, and they start practicing mindlessly. That is not what it should be because there should be a strategy. There should be a to-do list before they sit to study every day. I feel, and then they should start studying about it. So that is something which I think everyone should have their own personalized strategy for going to CAT.
तो खुद को डिस्ट्रैक्शन से कहा है कैसे बचाया? दैट्स एवरीथिंग इज ऑन द ऑनलाइन, यूट्यूब पे है, ये पढ़ो वो पढ़ो. हर
Right,
एक
sir.
सेकंड पर्सन फ्रॉम द IIMs और द B schools आर द इन्फ्लुएंसर.
Right, sir.
हाँ, तो
सर आई थिंक मैंने किसी भी IIM के बंदे को फॉलो नहीं किया था इट्स स्टार्टिंग बिकॉज एवरीवन
आप
हैव.
सबको ही करना, IIM जोका के बंदों को फॉलो.
Yes, because everyone have their own distraction. मेरा distraction ये था कि अगर मुझे कोई कहीं से भी material भेजा था, I started looking into that, leaving my मतलब my thing which is on the table. So I had that distraction, and because of which I had not followed the IIM's guys and girls. But it does not mean that I did not see their post if something pop up. So that happened, and I uninstalled my Instagram. I used to like बहुत कम use किया मैंने पूरे 9 महीने में. I did not keep touch with any of my friends. That also happened. Family also, and yeah, this is what the distractions which I refused during my 6 months full time and 2 months part time because college exams were also there. And on the D-Day, I switched off my phone 24 hours earlier because I did not want any distractions because I knew that something might happen, like pattern will change like this year happened. 2023 is said to be the hardest, toughest SAT exam ever. So this happened, pattern changed, and because my slot was the afternoon slot. So what happened that when we went, so it was the time when the people were coming out, and after half an hour we were allowed to go. So I had around 40 minutes of time. So I thought that I should take a nap. So I slept in the car front seat, and a lot of people were also there like me. So they were asking the buses that what happened, how was the pattern like, how was it, and everything. And they were like, oh my god, what happened? And my mother was telling me after the CAT exam, and I was taking a nap, and everyone was like, she's sleeping. So these all things that something which my mother noticed and told me afterwards. That happened, and I am glad that I took that decision because at that point, the main thing is your calm, your performance on the D-Day. Because a lot of people do so well in their mocks, but not able to do well on the D-Day. And that's something which is that is something which should be there on the D-Day, and I think that worked well for me. But still, I did a lot of mistakes. I mean, I lost my 18 marks because of that stupid mistake I did write in my the rough notebook which I got. I marked incorrectly. I marked suppose there were 5 questions, so I marked it in the other set. So that happened with me still, but it's okay.
So great. The power nap, no
Yes,
tension,
sir.
and the uninstalled Instagram. There are three more people. They are going to the Joka, uninstall the Instagram just before the cat. No.
Right.
And I'm not saying do not follow the IIMs people. You can follow. If you are in the Joka, na, you are going to have the finance god and the goddess.
Yes, sir. I've heard that from a lot of people. See,
Great. So your center was in Bihar, Sitamarhi only.
no, sir. I had to travel to Patna.
Patna. I think you are going
Yeah.
to the first IMC from your locality.
Yes, sir.
What's the background of your parents?
So my father is working in a pharmaceutical shop, and my mother is a homemaker.
Great. Now come to what? Yeah, यहाँ पे मैं थोड़ी सी अपनी मार्केटिंग कर लेता हूँ. What was the topic of your FMS जो कि convert नहीं हुआ for the extempore?
It was a KMC evening, sorry, Kamla Nagar evening, and which was something which sir told me just a day before I started traveling to FMS center.
नहीं,
So,
sorry. Anyway, so we are coming to this. अब ये बताओ, we are sitting in the month of May.
right,
जून
sir.
से नोटिफिकेशन आएगा, जुलाई से फॉर्म होंगे. दैट्स द कैट एंड जो है ना, रस होने वाला बहुत ज्यादा. व्हाट्स योर सजेशंस टू द यंग गाय?
Who are preparing for CAT?
या, कैट 2024.
Sir, I think they should start now because the main thing is practice, and if they are not able to complete their syllabus by time, I think by September at last, then they are going to face some problems in mocks also, in revision also, and I think they should also practice some past year questions because if your fundamentals are very clear, you will not face problem if they'll change the pattern like this year happened.
Dates. Importance of mocks. How many mocks have you taken?
Sir, I think I had taken around 100 marks. So it
Totally
happened
100
that
mocks.
yes, 100, more than 100, in fact, I think, because I used to practice through mocks, especially LRDI section, because I did not get sets. But I got last year AIM cats, last year SIM last year previous year questions of CAT itself. So I loved DILR practicing, and I, pick some set from there, and I used to solve it from 3 to 4 hours because I loved it, and I sometimes forgot that there is a VRC class, and I used to get scolded a lot by Sandeep sir.
Now, the few final questions.
Right, sir.
Fine. पहला, a fresher के लिए, because you have written KMC 2024 pass out, 23 pass out, no?
23 pass out.
23 pass out. So, what you have to do if you are 24 pass out and planning for the CAT 2024? Because college भी होता है, college के एग्जाम्स भी होते हैं. कैसे
Right,
क्या
sir.
करेंगे?
So I started preparing for CAT from around March itself. So I used to dedicate around 3 to 4 hours daily for preparing for CAT. So I used to read around 1 hour, and this continued till CAT also. The reading never stopped. And people say that you need to read Aeon or some the Times and all. So I would suggest you, if you don't have a reading habit, try to pick that genre which you are interested in. For example, lot of people love romantic fiction. So pick that, because in starting you need to have that reading habit, because you might have distraction while reading the passage. So that is very important. And after that, you should work on your vocabulary and the comprehension skills. After reading 1 hour, I used to practice those questions, and for 2 hours, I used to see the classes of the quants, which is available on YouTube a lot. And also, I took classes from Rishi sir, so I used to follow him.
Great. So start, focus on your main exams, complete syllabus as
Right,
soon as
sir.
possible, and take
Right, sir.
plenty of marks because they are going to help.
So taking is not important as analyzing it. So I think analyzing the mocks
What is the meaning of
take around
analyzing?
2 hours. Picking what mistake you did in which questions. So, like for example, you did a mistake in one question. It is very likely that if you're not going to circle it out, you will do the same mistake in similar question the next day itself. So, it is very important to identify that mistake, write it, or maybe memorize it or understand it, and then correct it.
So you had any books or any copy or anything of the marks or any exercise what you followed? और जस्ट दिमाग में है सब कुछ कि मैंने ये किया?
No, no, sir. So whenever I used to analyze any mock, I wrote down all the mistakes did, and I think I have a whole this bit of register filled with my mistakes from VARC especially, and then from quants and some of the mistakes of
Okay,
LIDI.
so you have books, quant, copy, LRDA copy, English copy, and mistake copy. And the mistake copy is going to help you a lot because you put that definitely. The
Yes, sir.
box is one of the most important part, and the most important is you should not repeat the mistake again.
Right, sir. I
If you've
agree.
taken around 50 plus marks, you said the 100, I say on a safer side, 50 plus marks. And if you done the 50 plus marks into 60, 3,000 questions and repeating not to do mistakes, definitely वो तो जोका में लैंड ही करना है, तो सोचना ही नहीं है. अभी से क्या करना है प्रोफाइल बनाने के लिए? अपने प्रोफाइल बनाई या नहीं बनाई? लोग बोलते हैं प्रोफाइल बनाओ, ये करो. केएमसी के बाद कुछ किया?
MC के बाद, yes, so because a lot of people were telling me to build a profile. So yes, definitely I did work on an online resource project with Yamini ma'am, who is a professor in BU itself. So in that my work was very minimal, but still it was very like अच्छा था क्योंकि मैंने उसको CV में डाला. Apart from that, I did not do anything till CAT, and after that, I find an internship and I landed up at Startup India, which was a big achievement also. So I did only these two things, but I told the interviewers that I worked on my personal development, I worked on my writing skills, auditory skills, and on myself, I reduced 4 kg weight and all of these. So that also helped, I think.
Great. And what about the Sayyid?
Sorry, sir.
You now come to this. What about the interview? How to
Of,
prepare interview
uh,
for the VAT PI? Start from the May onwards or बाद में सोचेंगे?
But I think after CAT results, I think after giving CAT 4 to 5 days after you receive your answer sheet, so you get an approximate idea that what will be your percentile. So after that, you should start working. But before that, I think it will be a distraction for a lot of people. It was for me, so I stopped thinking about it because I used to think about it 1 to 2 hours and I wasted it. So I think it's better to start at when you are sure about it.
Okay, fine. So final few questions. The last two questions. You joined CV 9.0.
Right, sir.
Let me know the cons of the CV 9.0. The problems you faced. क्योंकि मुझे पॉजिटिव नहीं सुनना है. CV 9.0 is our 9th edition of our VAT PI course.
Right, sir. I agree.
हाँ.
So one con was that after a 3 VAT, uh, VAT was stopped. I don't know, for some reason it stopped. And one was also that you started in somewhere last January.
Jan.
So that should be a bit earlier because a lot of people like me had their interviews on 21 January, 22 January, 23 January. So that was a big problem because I was not able to understand what to prepare. So I was just flipping my book space and understanding what is this, what is that. So that happened.
Yeah, definitely. So we are going to note it down कि we should start early because we are waiting for the few results, mainly for the JAT. Then we
Right,
started.
sir. I agree.
Thanks. This is the honest feedback. And the final. क्या कर रहे हो इस last? Because you are going to join by the 7th or 8th, 30 days.
Right.
क्या
Right,
plans है?
sir. सर अभी मैं मैथ्स पे वर्क कर रही हूँ बिकॉज माय मैथ्स इज क्वाइट वीक और जो जिन्होंने इंटरव्यू ली थी उन्होंने मुझे वार्न किया था कि इफ विल कम टू एमसी बी प्रिपेयर्ड विथ मैथ्स बिफोर हैंड सो आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग हिज वार्निंग वेरी सीरियसली
Definitely you should work on a statistics probability and all because you're going for the Joka, so इसको तो बनता है
राइट
देखना.
सर राइट सर
And the best part of Joka कि वो आपको फिजिकल भेजेंगे सब कुछ की और तुम जोगा में इनविटेशन लेके आ जाओ.
हाँ यस सर
घर पे आएगा.
डेफिनेटली
तो
यस
वो
सर दैट
टच
वाज
एंड
द बेस्ट
फील.
पार्ट yes sir even the call letter we received in person so it was the best thing I
घर
mean
पे
my parents were also happy yes sir in the post.
Thank congrats for the Joka. I am Calcutta. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.